All right, I have a question for you from another fan who's probably a more a fan than Joey. This is got a text from Matt Damon yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you tell him I'm mad at Ben Affleck?
No.
No.
Oh, from
He was just talking some shit like 5 years ago about the Patriots receiver corp, and I was still there.
what? He was?
Yeah, but he didn't. It wasn't. I was just. It's been a running joke.
It's funny.
Try to get him on my podcast.
Yeah. What the hell, Ben?
Fucking Ben.
Fucking Ben. He cut me out of his last movie.
Did he?
Yeah.
We just
Son of a bitch.
Gronk and I just did a parody
Oh, yeah.
on Good Will Hunting.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah, so it comes out soon. I don't think I can give too many details, but it's going to be fun. I was Damon and he was Affleck.
That's great.
So
That's really funny already.
we'll see how it turns out.
Well, yeah, right, exactly. Well, they do love you, but I was like, so what should I ask from you? And he said, there's a great clip of him. I bet you find it on YouTube. I think it's the Seattle Super Bowl where he got so concussed that he runs back to the huddle, and as they're on the game-winning drive, all he keeps doing is running into the huddle and telling everyone how much he loves them. So I guess the question is, what's a good question you could spin out of that is, do you always love your teammates that much, or is it only when you have been used like a weapon grade, when you have a weapon grade concussion that brings out how much you love them in the softer side of you? Did you love them that much, or was it the concussion talking?
I don't think it was the concussion. I didn't have a concussion, Matt. All right. Okay. It was one of those things where it was the final drive of a game.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where you just, hey, boys, I love you. These are the guys you put the hard work in, you get yelled at with, you're banged up in the training room with, you're in the weight room with. You see your teammates more than you see your family.
Right.
During a football season.
Yeah.
Like, a lot more.
Yeah.
And so when guys are feeling down, when guys are on a high, when guys need a pick-me-up.
Yeah.
And I don't know, one of those times, like, let's put the women and children to bed. Still looking for dinner, boys. I love you all. I don't think it was the concussion.
Nice.
And it was my hip that was hurting on that play.
Oh, it was your hip.
Yeah. So I took on that drive, it was like, he's talking about a 3rd and 14 where I took a shot from Cam Chancellor across the middle.
Right.
And then I tried to get up and run. And then at the end of the play, I struggled getting up.
Right.
On the punt return right before that, I took a helmet right to the hip, and I don't wear hip pads. And so my hip, when you have a hip pointer, your hip singes up.
Yeah.
All your muscles tighten up. But for each play, your adrenaline, you can go.
Yeah.
But then as soon as your adrenaline goes down from the, you're going back to the huddle, everything tightens back up. So, it looks like I stumble and fall, but really, like, if you look, I'm like hitting my hip, and I'm like, ah.
Right. Trying to get it. Well, that's a great answer. The love part.
He always like.
He also says that guy was so tough, and he's like my size. I mean, just fighting the good fight for us average size guys. It is pretty remarkable to watch your career just from a kid. Like, you were a little quarterback. You were a little kid. But I knew guys like you, like when I was playing football, like through whatever, and you were always the most troublesome, because you're like, okay, that guy's going to kill me. That giant guy's going to kill me. That guy, who's that little guy? Okay. And then I remember this one game specifically where this little guy came out and he just gunned it for I was a defensive end, and he just gunned it for my thigh, and he was such a powerhouse, and play one, he took my thigh out of the game. Yeah. And I was like, this son of a, he was an undercover badass.
Yeah.
And you had that from day one? Like, did you have that attitude? Did you have that thing like from, I mean, it looks like you're very young when you were already kicking ass.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up with an older brother that was like 7 years older than me.
Oh, boy.
And so, you know, he used to just whoop my ass. And, you know, I was every WWF character back then, now WWE,
Yeah.
for him to practice tricks on. And, you know, when you're 7 and someone else is 14,
Yeah.
and, you know, your mom makes your older brother lug you around on the bike, you know, so you got tough. I would get beat up by all his friends. So I was never scared of anything.
Right.
And even though I was undersized in high school, like I looked at it like, all right, dude, I'm 14. I have a 21-year-old brother that beats me up. I'll, you know,
I can kill
yeah,
you.
you're 8 inches taller than me, but if I get that first hit and you're going down.